Hello, my name is Tom Michael, and we're going to do a mesh wreath, and we're going to start with our wreath form. And what we'll need is wreath form, pre-cut squares, and then ribbon. The wreath form has 9 sets of fronds on the outside and 9 sets of fronds on the inside. So what we're going to basically do is open our fronds up so it's less confusing. Simple math. 9 sets of fronds on the outside. We're going to do 2 pieces on the outside, so we're going to use 9 times 2 is 18, 18 on the outside, and only 1 piece on the inside. Packs come 100 in a pack, so we'll be able to get more product usage. We have a finished edge and a raw edge, and all I'm going to do is just pinch these together. Pinch the 2 together, and you can either kiss or you can crisscross. I find the crisscross gives a little bit better effect. It gives more of a ribbony open effect. And all I'm going to do is take my wreath form, open the fronds, and insert these in. I'm putting them in as deep as I possibly can. I'm pulling that up, and I'm going to give a twist. I'm only twisting 1 time. I'm taking the 1 frond, tucking it underneath, leaving the other frond up. I'm going to go around the whole piece. So I'm using the same thing. We'll repeat this whole process for you one more time. Raw edge, finished edge. Pinch it together. Raw edge, finished edge, pinch it together. A little tip too is if you have issues pinching and holding and it's very tight, I'll show you a little trick that you can do that is really kind of makes it a little bit easier for you to do. I inserted, I twisted, I tucked the 1 tail underneath. If you have trouble pinching and holding, use a slick surface table and pull it together and just hold it. And you can even actually hold it loose. So what I'm doing is I'm laying my finish edge, my raw edge, and I'm just gathering it up loose, and then that's loose. And then when I put this in, I pull it tighter. That'll be easier for you if you have some difficulty holding them tight. I'm going to go around the whole wreath until I complete the whole wreath form. Which is this. Okay, so now we're going to start on the inside, and we're only going to use 1 piece on the inside. So same thing, finished edge, raw edge. We're just going to pinch it together. Now we're going to, these are all going on the outside, these are all going to be on the inside. I'm going to lay this in, give it a twist, tuck the 1 tail underneath, these 2 tails, then we're going to just twist them together. What this actually does is make our 3rd row. So we have all the way around outside. We're going to do 2nd row on the inside, and then we'll come back and make our 3rd row. We'll repeat that a couple more times for you. So we're just using 1 piece so we can make our mesh go farther, save more money. We're laying it in, we're pulling the product towards the center, we're giving it a twist, and tie off. If you'll notice when I'm doing this, I'm working counterclockwise. I keep turning my wreath that way. Also, I don't over twist. Lay it in. A simple twist is going to be sufficient to hold the product in. Tail down, find your tail, and then pop together. We're going to go all the way around. That's going to give us this. So then we're going to come back. We have these pieces. There's going to be 9 sets. So this is our 3rd row in here. We'll take our ribbon, and very simply just make simple loops. And all I'm doing is looping one ribbon over the top of another one. You can use any combinations, any size ribbons, it doesn't really matter. And now all I'm going to do is lay this in really nice and deep and tight and give it a twist. When I give it a twist, I'm going to take this frond that I just tied the bow to and pull it all the way through. All that's doing is hiding my mechanics and making it easier to disguise all the fronds. We're going to go all the way around. You can use any combinations, anything that you want. The fronds you want to keep as loose at the end, so if you want to come back and you wanted to put, say Easter eggs or anything that you wanted to add to that as far as an embellishment, use the fronds to tie them in. Another thing you can actually do is take your ribbons and pre-cut all the ribbons. So if you wanted to, you could lay on your table, mark your table, cut your ribbons, have all your ribbons pre-cut, and then just come back and assemble very quick. That'll save you ribbon, save you time, and make everything uniform. It'll also keep everything looking much better. And again, I'm taking and pulling it up. I don't overemphasize pulling these tight until I've gone all the way around. And all I'm doing is every other one. And I'm going to come back and add another color. You can use any combinations, any changes, anything that you would possibly want to use. It doesn't necessarily have to be ribbon either. You can use strings and twines and berries and beads and anything that you want to add to your wreath to make it embellished. With it being 9 sets, it's going to come out an odd one, but when we get to that, I'll show you how easy that is too. If you notice, I'm keeping these to the center, these to the outside, keeping these fronds up to work with. It's really nice to use number 9 and number 40 ribbon, a sheer ribbon with a mesh ribbon, any combinations. If you find you're going to have holes when you get done, which some people say right away, well, I had a hole in it, or mine didn't come out as uniform as yours, then all you have to do is take one piece of mesh, and I'll show you that right now. So we can, if we feel like this is going to be a major hole right here, we have these fronds, all we have to do is pull a frond up, take one piece of mesh, pinch it together, lay it in tight, and what we're going to do is take our frond and just wrap it around and then tuck it underneath. And what that does is it makes the mesh stand straight up and hides anything. So if we have a spot we need to hide it, that's how we'll hide any hole that we would possibly have. I like to, when I get back to my odd one, is just use one loop instead of 2, and all I'm going to do is mix it up a little bit. Okay, so we've gone all the way around and we've done sets of these. Now we're going to come back and take a different ribbon. This is like a beautiful daisy ribbon. A nice sheer. Same thing, just simple loops. You can do one loop, you can do 2 loops, you can do 3, whatever you want to do. Use less ribbon by using 1 and 2 loops. Same thing, when I tie it in, I take my fronds and tuck them underneath. And continue all the way around. To complete the wreath, I'll basically simply fluff the wreath now. All I'm doing is opening the loops. This completes our wreath. The different color schemes, mixing it up. The crazier the colors, the better. That completes our wreath.